All right. I'll call the meeting to order. Would you please do the roll call?
Chris,
Here.
John, Heather,
Here.
Jim, Marita,
Here.
Donald, Philip,
Here. Do we have any amendments to the agenda for today's meeting? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have any amendments to the minutes from the August 12th meeting? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have any public comments that are unrelated to today's agenda items? Hearing none, we'll move on. There is nothing on the consent calendar this month. First up in the public hearings is consideration of an application from Mary Ellen Anderson for a conditional use permit for a home occupation at 191B Midcoff Highway. Do we have any public testimony? Okay, do we have a motion?
I move to approve the application for Mary Ellen Anderson for a conditional use permit to allow for a home occupation at 109B Midcuff Highway. Based on the proceedings findings of facts. Do I go any further than that? Okay.
Be good. Do we have a second? Discussion? It looks pretty straightforward to me.
Yay.
Yes,
So,
and it fulfills the need.
yep.
Yeah. Are you gonna do some vegetable starts too? Yay.
All right.
Livingston daisies.
Please do the roll call.
Heather,
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Marita,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes. All right. Next up is consideration of an application from Sean Blake for a conditional use permit for a home occupation at 1309 Joa Street. Do we have any public testimony? Please step up to the microphone and state your name.
Hi, I'm Sean Blake and I'm just here to try to explain what I'm trying to do up there. I'm not trying to open a business at my house or anything, but the FFL that I'm trying to get is a business-based license. So I'm just doing it for me, friends and family. I'm not gonna have inventory. I'm not gonna have stockpiles of ammo. I'm not gonna have any of that there. So the only reason I'm getting this is because none of the stores here will order you anything that you want. You have to buy what they have, and most of it's not what people want. So that's kind of what I want to be able to order and buy my own stuff and just have it come to me. And if friends want to buy, firearms for hunting and they find one online that they can get cheaper than here, they can have it shipped to me and I can do the transfer and transfer fee. That's why you need the conditional use permit. I don't want to start a business at my house. If I want to do that down the road, I'll find a, business place to do it that will allow for that. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you.
guys.
Any further public testimony? Do we have a motion?
I got it open here, so I move to approve the application for Sean Blake for a conditional use permit to allow for home occupation at 1309 Joa Street, subject to the findings of fact and the proposed conditions of approval outlined in this report.
Discussion? Please do the roll call.
Philip,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Marita,
Yes.
Okay, moving on to a consideration of an application from Greg and Heidi Johnson for a minor subdivision at 811 Sandy Beach Road. Do you have any public testimony on this? It's that one.
Oh.
Um, we have a motion?
Yeah.
I move to approve the Skookum 2 subdivision with findings of fact and conditions of approval as presented. Do I need to read any of those as presented? What's following?
Second.
Just looking at the plat. There's one section looks really close on one of the property lines. Is everything within the uh, minimums, Liz?
Is it that part I circled?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It is, I had circled this and sent it back to the surveyor, to verify that. And those are actually steps,
Okay,
below the 30-inch, below 30 inches in height. And so if it's below 30 inches, it can be within the setback
okay.
under code.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I did actually have a question for Rick, though. I had put in about flood hazard, and I don't know if, about it being within the flood hazard zone. Is that part that's accreted, is that within the part of the property within the floodplain?
It would be, yeah.
Yeah. So then by code, we have to have a statement on the plat saying that a portion of those lots are within the floodplain.
We can put that on, sure. Yep, yep,
Just, sorry, I should have called you and let you know that. I forgot.
yeah. Yeah, I can answer any other questions about the plat. One thing, there is a note on the plat that's not shown on the preliminary plat here, and that's, a note about the accreted area. We don't have up-to-date benchmarks in Petersburg. I think the last semi-official benchmark that was established by the Corps of Engineers in 2008 when they did the North Harbor. And that was, fairly rudimentary tide readings to establish an elevation for their benchmarks at the North Harbor. Since then, nothing's been done. And before that, I think the earliest or the latest government
tide readings in Petersburg were like 1978. So, and I've been talking to NOAA and National Ocean Survey about getting some updated benchmarks in Petersburg, and they said, well, the nearest ones we're gonna establish are at Portage Bay and Thomas Bay. I said, well, that really doesn't help us here. They said, well, that's what's going on. And so, with that in mind, and the fact that I've been tracking the uplift in Petersburg for a number of years, and I know that it's pretty close to almost a half an inch a year of uplift, which is a considerable amount. And so I started doing my own tide readings to establish much closer benchmark values for those benchmarks in the north. And that's what I've been using to establish where the actual mean high water line is. So you can see it moves. If you look at the plat there and you see those monuments that are, you know, about at the front of the houses there, that was the mean high water line back in the early 60s. And you can, and then that other one, the boundary line eliminated this survey, that's about 2001. So the part that's beyond that is, the accreted area is from 2001 to where we are now. And actually the 2001 line was probably used the 1978 tide readings. So it's probably about when, you know, that's how much that's how much land that's been added since that time.
So the surveyor used your calculations to come up with this new boundary line and not the NOAA?
Those are so out of date, you know. If it's going up at half an inch a year, that, you know, in 10 years, it doesn't take very long to add up to quite a bit.
And that's kind of a new area for me. I don't understand all of that. I did Google something that said that a surveyor alone couldn't move that. He has to use certain data.
Yeah.
And one of the data came from NOAA, and then there was another agency.
Yeah.
Would be what?
Well, I've been using the Corps of Engineers, and that's
Okay.
been, FEMA has accepted those values.
Maybe it was FEMA then.
Yeah, and so the next time I submit an elevation certificate, I'm gonna cite my readings and see what happens. I mean, what else can we do, you know? Because there's a lot of people in town that are paying for flood insurance that are actually well above the base flood elevation now. And so we'll see what happens.
Any further questions, comments? Liz, do you have anything to add? Okay. Ready to?
Yeah.
Please do the roll call.
Philip,
Yes.
Marita,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Okay. Now moving on to consideration of an application from Rocky Littleton for variance from the side yard setback requirement to construct a carport within 3 feet of the property line at 407 Midcoff Highway. Do we have any public testimony?
I'm Daniel Bird. I'm gonna be building this for Rocky.
Okay.
As was in the drawing there, you know, the house sits kind of funky on the lot, you know, because they do that just for the view. So to be able to put the carport in, it kind of kicks it, you know, to that side on the back there. And it puts because the code says now the roof, anything, even a roof overhang, you know, is within a setback and it's not the post of the structure anymore. So that would be the edge of the roof structure is in that 3 feet sideline. You know, the piling might be, you know, like 4 or 5 feet up from that, but.
Do we have a motion?
I just have a question. Is there a fire code issue here being that close to the line?
I think anything within 5 feet of the line needs to be fire, like sheetrocked. You know, so a portion of that will have to be sheetrocked, you know, with.
Oh, it will be?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so like probably that back post will have to be wrapped in sheetrock and maybe a little bit of the soffit, you know, within it first 5 feet of the setback. After that, it doesn't need to be.
Liz, do you want to clarify on that?
No, he's correct. Anything
Okay.
within 5 feet.
Yeah, I just,
Post overhang.
Yeah.
Fascia would have to be wrapped, would have to meet the 1 hour fire resistance rating. If,
Okay.
if you allowed it to get within 3 feet.
right. Um, questions? Do we have a motion?
Oh, I just want to clarify that I didn't update the agenda item. It's actually, there's 2 variances. One is 3 feet from the side property line and the other is 7 feet from the
From the
Yeah.
rear?
rear. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's correct in the motion. Let me double check here.
It says yes,
Yeah.
it's in the motion.
Okay. And then just to note, also the motion is for 5 feet because that's what we've always done, but again, it's up to you to approve or not, or amend that. And then if you do amend that, then you would need to also put in conditions of the fire code. Just note that the fire code would have to be applied if it was any
Yeah.
closer than 5 feet is all.
I have one more question. So this is that 3 foot one, that's our carport?
Yeah. it's
So that
it's
post-
open Carport.
Like the post next to the line, is that gonna be steel or can it, does it make a difference?
It was just gonna be wood.
Okay. Mhm. Would it make a difference if it was steel? Would it still have to be wrapped?
I think it still has to be wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
I found it
You found it.
Are you ready?
down here.
I move to approve the application from Bird Construction for a variance at 407 Midcoff Highway from the yard setback requirement to allow for construction of an open carport / storage shed 5 feet from the side yard property line and 7 feet from the rear property line, subject to the findings of fact and the proposed conditions of approval outlined in this report.
Second,
Second,
second.
discussion?
So the back of his house is Forest Service land, right? So there's not really any.
Is that Forest
conflict there?
Service? Is that Forest Service or is there a commercial or industrial lot back there? I
Or
can't remember.
service back there.
I think it's
Yeah,
Forest Service back there
There's
and then a,
service there.
a single family residential next
To the,
to
to
him.
the side.
To
yeah.
the side, in which case they would, I would imagine if it ever got developed, they would adhere to the code, so.
Well, and note in this that it's the proposed motion is to approve for 5 feet, not 3 feet. So then it would be, where it is not in requirement for fire code. So,
Not within
If
the,
we keep the post within the 5 foot setback, but
Well-
if we overhang the roof,
it's any part of the structure is within 5 foot. So this is approving you can build within 5 feet of the property line, not 3 feet as requested. Just clarifying.
okay. it was been a while. I forget whether I put 5 or, I thought I put 3 feet because that's what we had figured, but
Yeah,
I may
but-
have wrote 5 feet by mistake.
well, you wrote 3 feet, but our typical approvals, we don't approve anything closer than 5 feet, so. Anybody else have any comments on that? All right, any questions? Anything else?
Guess I just would say staying consistent is nice.
Yes. Roll call, please.
Phil, Chris,
Yes.
Marita, Heather,
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any commissioner comments? Okay, Liz. Any staff comments?
Yeah, so I think Anna distributed a copy of zoning practice for everybody, so you should have that. At our next meeting, we'll have new commissioners, and I think we'll also have updates for your code books. There's been a couple of changes to the code, and I finally figured out how to make a new index. Because we can't get it from the code company, and so that's why we haven't been able to update the code in your books. But now I think we've got that figured out. AI came to the rescue and made an
All right.
index for us. And then, hopefully after, I think we only have one agenda item, so after that meeting, I'm hoping we'll just go through our, public hearing process for the new commissioners.
Okay,
And we may have a new format staff report too, which if it goes right, you will only have to say, make a motion that says, I move to approve resolution, and then the resolution number. And then you won't have to do all of the,
read all the details.
read all the details.
Yes, okay.
That's what I'm aiming for. I recognize that it's kind of a long subject to da, 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 da. And so I'm going to try and eliminate all that for you moving forward and just do a simple, I move to approve this resolution, and that'll have all the language in it. And then it'll be a little bit cleaner and easier for everybody, hopefully.
Might save 3 minutes on our meetings.
I know, you might. Although you're all getting very good at it.
Just a quick question. How many people have we got running for vacant seats right now? So,
So only 2, and I think there's 3 seats.
yeah,
So we'll have 1 vacancy. Yeah.
Okay.
For how long?
Until someone else puts their,
How long?
oh, I don't know, actually. I think they're all 3, right? I think they're all 3-year. So, yeah. But if someone put their name in, they would only be on until the next election. They'd have to run again. Yeah. So it'd be a 1-year commitment. Phil, it'd be a 1-year commitment.
Fill in. A way to,
okay.
That's more attractive? Okay, good. Yeah, just for a year.
be just you, are you?
Our next meeting is October 14th at noon. Does anybody have any idea if you're going to be here?
What's the date again?
The 14th.
I can't tell you because I might be getting a surgery scheduled tomorrow, so I can't tell you right now.
All right,
I think I will.
I'll be here.
Great.
How about you, Phil? You gonna be around middle of next month?
I probably will, no.
Okay, you don't moose hunt or anything?
So,
You can call it that. I don't know if you can actually call it moose hunting. It's more like just driving around and drinking coffee.
all right. Well, we'll hopefully have a quorum.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get Phil on for that meeting, because I think. Yeah, and I think the assembly meeting is either that same day or the day before the election. It's right before the election, I think. Yeah.
Do we
So we
need to
need-
change our meeting date? Are you?
No,
No?
I hopefully will have new commissioners and,
Yeah, yeah.
and it
hopefully
should,
they'll be able to come.
we should have a quorum. so.
Donald will still be on, won't he?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
Because he's.
Oh, was he
he's-
appointed?
He was appointed, right?
Okay,
So
yep.
his term will end in October as
Okay.
well. Yeah.
So,
So you'd have
Adam,
two
what?
more,
2 times or 3?
right?
Well,
Yeah.
he stepped up for something. So it'd be right in?
No, just as appointed by the assembly. I don't know if write-in, I think the write-in, is it past the time where you can do a write-in? I don't know. Yeah, but it would be at the
But
next
you can
assembly,
still
we
write
put a letter
to
in
the mayor and be
and get
appointed.
appointed. Yeah,
I think that's how it works.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay, yeah. Huh? Of next year. Yeah, yeah. That's nice, one meeting.
All right, well, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn. We could say that together.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.